Okay, folks, welcome to Member Stock Chart Request. This is Bob Desmond over the Contrarian Trader, and this is where I review the symbols that our members submit for me to review on video, and many times some of these symbols become our watch stocks as well, because I have some very, very smart members. And to kick things off, I'll say that Roku, which is a request, is just an outstanding chart that we're going to start things off with. But first, let's talk about our sponsor, which is TrendSpider. TrendSpider is the next generation in automated technical analysis. I am a huge proponent of what we have come to agree as being critical to the success of traders, and that is utilization of multi-time frame analysis. And what does that mean? It means an appreciation of where a stock is trading on a multi-time frame view. If you're looking at a daily chart and you're going to trade off of a daily signal, well, you had better know where the stock is trading on a weekly and monthly basis as well, because you're going to want to know where those support and resistance levels are. And you could do that with one single chart on TrendSpider. This is a daily chart, and perhaps on a daily chart, I want to see in a very time-efficient manner where are my historical support and resistance levels, not on a daily basis, I could do that, but on a weekly basis, the macro basis, the higher level view of the marketplace. Click a button, and there you have it in dashed line. And you can see that Roku on a daily basis has some resistance above. And you may be saying, how is that possible? We're trading near all-time highs on the stock. Well, the reason is when you pull back to a weekly chart, you're going to see these dashed lines turn solid. You're going to see that TrendSpider automatically extrapolates out for you where you should expect to see resistance above by connecting prior peaks. Very, very powerful stuff. So if you're interested in TrendSpider and you're watching this on YouTube, go to the description area below, click that link. It'll take you over to TrendSpider, 7-day free trial offer. If you're watching this video on the blog, look above, click the link. It'll take you over to TrendSpider. If you're interested in becoming a member, it is included with our silver and gold level memberships. That's right, it's included. And with that, you get a 14-day free trial offer. So act quickly. All right, let's get to the charts. Weekly chart. Roku, as I identified earlier, we have resistance above, but I don't think that it's major resistance. I think what's going to happen here is this. We'll take out the drawing tool. I think we're going to break out and above this upper band of resistance here, do a retest, and then it's off to the races. Daily chart. Now you can see on a daily basis how my resistance level stayed. Let's throw up the weekly resistance levels, and you can see that in all probability we're going to rally up and into $100 per share. I think we're breaking out. I think we're breaking out significantly higher on Roku. Again, here is that triangle formation. You have it on a daily basis. You also have it on a weekly basis. This is a really great chart. And when you think about it, the amount of volatility that we have seen in this marketplace of late, yet Roku has shown relative strength. I don't mean the relative strength indicator. I mean relative strength versus the S&P 500, the Russell 2000, etc. So a great chart. I think we're breaking out here. This is a buy. The next chart up, Deere & Company, monthly chart, and you're looking at a clean slate here. So we're going to play around here because what this chart is telling me, without it throwing up any lines whatsoever, is that this company has some really serious problems. And this is an opportunity, if you're long, to think about getting out and getting out quickly. Why? Let's throw some lines up here. I'm going to throw some manual lines up here, but if you don't want to do that using TrendSpider, all you need to do is click the M, and there you have your resistance levels. And you can see that we're putting in a lower high, and we are at the precipice at current of breaking down below support. Now, if that's not bad enough, let's make things a bit more dire. If we break down below this support level here at 129.47, it is all over for John Deere for a very long time on this monthly chart. Because what's happening here is that the market is sending you a signal that the shares are weak. They are now putting in lower highs and lower lows. We have broken monthly support. Granted, the month is not over yet, and that's the only reason why I'm not putting the final nail in the coffin on this stock. But I think that it is time to get out of these shares where I long. Now, bringing up a weekly chart, you could see that we broke down here the week of May the 13th, and we are now limping back. I think that we could probably rally back to try to recapture this prior lower band of support. I do believe that attempt to recapture support is going to fail, as it will act as resistance. Let's throw up some resistance levels here. So if we do manage by some act of God to get through this upper band of resistance here, you have a ton of overhead supply above that is just going to act as a major headwind for Deere & Company for quite a while. So I would avoid these shares like the plague. And while I wouldn't short them just yet, I would be looking at shorting the shares if we do attempt to recapture prior support at current, which sits at 153.96 and rising. The next chart up, Nvidia. We'll begin with a monthly chart so I can get a feel. Okay, so a lot of problems here. I can throw up a couple of support levels here. I could use either trend lines, as noted here, and it'll show me all the support levels below and, of course, resistance above. Or I could take that off and throw up a heat map. It'll show where we have a huge buffer of support below, but it is sadly over $100 below where we're trading right now on Nvidia. So let's do this. Let's use our drawing tool to identify where we're at and where we may be going. So I think that we could easily head down here to 119.75. If that breaks, we're coming down here to 95.38. Now, we have put in a lower high on Nvidia, and I think that in all probability, we are going to take out the December lows. So I would not be a buyer of these shares, and if anything, I would look to short on a breakdown below the December lows. Let's take a look at a daily chart. So obviously a good rally today, and we'll probably continue to rally here. Let's throw up some trend lines. Okay, so we'll probably continue to rally up and into, let's say, 150 per share, or the declining 20-period moving average, which is at current at 153.90, and maybe even up here to this declining upper band of resistance at 165. I think that's an extreme, and I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to rally up and into this resistance level here. It'll coincide with the declining 20-period moving average, and as I believe the rest of this market is going to go, it's all going to roll over, and we'll be looking to short the stock market. So on a new daily high, if you wanted to trade it up to 145, 146 per share, that's fine. I think it's a little bit too much risk and not enough reward. Let's take a look at Facebook. So Facebook I've been following closely for quite some time, and I have not been a fan for quite some time. I think that there's been a ton of corporate malpractice at that company, and they have just taken a shotgun and blown holes at the bottom of their own boat. And you could see that we put in lower highs. We are flirting with key support at 160 per share. If we do, which I do believe that we are going to, if we do break down and close below 160 per share on a weekly basis, we're going a lot lower. Let's throw up some trend lines here to identify where we may be going. I think we could head down here at a bare minimum to about 131 to 135 per share, because this is an ascending lower band of support, so it's rising. And ultimately, if that fails, what you're going to have to hope for is that we hold the December lows right here. And if that fails, we'll come down to a 119 handle on Facebook. Let's bring up Google. Alphabet. Okay. So another company I've been following closely. Love the product. I can't stand the stock. We have a lower high, clearly weak and getting weaker. As we broke down below several support levels here, I think ultimately we're coming down to a 900 handle on Alphabet. And I've said that over the weekend, and I'm standing by it. So I would avoid these shares. We'll take a look at a daily chart. Yeah, we're probably going to rally here in the short term up to 1075 the share to 10,100. I think we're going to roll over very, very soon. And it's not just a Google thing. It's not just a Facebook thing. It's a market thing. And you may be saying, what is it that you do like? I want gold, man. I've been saying this for months. I've been buying the NUGT. I have spoken about it ad nauseum. Here's nugget of which we are long, and we are up big. Now, what I will say is that I am long-term bullish, short-term bearish on the shares. Why is that? It's because we are leaning into the third standard deviation Bollinger Band. In fact, I hedged our long position of the gold miners, the NUGT, yesterday by opening up a hedge using the DUST. We booked profits on that DUST trade on a morning gap higher on DUST, and of course a morning gap lower on NUGT. And we moved to the sidelines quickly because the path of least resistance is clearly to the upside here. But I do believe that we're going to get a pullback. And on that pullback, we will be buyers of the shares. We will be accumulating more shares. But in the short term, I'm looking to open up a long position in dust as a hedge. I'm not going to hedge my entire position, but enough to make me sleep well at night. And I have a few support levels below that we're watching. Members, I spoke about it tonight on Market Wrap, so go check that out. And that is it for tonight, folks. Everybody have a great night, and I will be doing a swing trading today. If you watch this on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, click that subscribe button and the notification button. I usually put swing trading today out in the pre-market a few times a week, and that's where we talk about the headlines of the morning and how the pre-market action looks. It's a good way to start off the day with a cup of coffee. Everybody have a great night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a profitable trading day tomorrow. Be well.